The two questions we have to ask if we're going to get better at drawing, if we're going to improve in our drawing results. These are the two questions we have to ask and we have to keep asking, particularly if we're on a self-taught drawing journey. If we're not doing a course, if we don't have a class, if we don't have a teacher who organizes everything for us and does all the teacher things, these are the two questions that we have to keep asking ourselves. Because I have no one else to do this for me, I have to learn what to ask and how often I need to ask if I'm going to go as far as doubtless I hope to. And I have to learn not just to ask them, but how to answer them and what to do after I've answered them. But both of them are necessary. Both of them are vital. And the first question I need to ask is, am I progressing? Can I see changes in my drawing, which are the sorts of changes I'm hoping to see? My drawings are becoming more like the sort of drawings in my imagination or deep in my heart that I dream of having. I may not be going to get there overnight, but I want to be able to see over time that whatever I'm not happy with is changing in some way in the right direction. So I need to analyze my progress. The other question I need to ask is, what is my process? And is that contributing to the results I'm wanting to have? I need to analyze my process. I need to analyze my progress first, I believe, because that tells me where I'm at. And with that information, I now need to ask myself, what is my process? I need to analyze how I'm doing my drawing, how I organize the entire experience, and particularly the drawing sessions that I do. It's a bit like we have a big control board for our drawing, and it has red lights and green lights. And we have red lights that come on in areas where we're not succeeding in the way we would like to, and we have green lights where we are. We need to look at our control board and see, how are the lights? Have any changed? Because drawing is a skill, and we can learn skills and we can improve in skills, and we need to assess how we're going. And I believe the two key areas are, is my progress good? Am I improving? And is my process appropriate for where I'm trying to go? Is what I'm doing and how I'm doing it helping me to get better? Is it giving me the results I'm wanting? Because if I see lots of red lights on my control panel, that's a good indication that my process is not producing the results I want, and therefore it might not be the most helpful process for where I'm at that point. And possibly some lights flicker from red to green and back to red and to green and back again because there's an inconsistency in what I do. But let's just consider progress first, since I believe that's the first thing we need to ask, the first area we need to analyze. And that's to do with, am I getting satisfactory results? Now, that doesn't mean, am I drawing the sorts of drawings I hope to draw, that I've seen other people draw just yet. It may be unrealistic to be expecting that right at this point. But can I see improvement? Can I see progress from where I was to where I am now? That gives me encouragement that if I keep going this way, I will keep improving. Because we all have it within us to improve. So if I'm not, then something's not happening as well as it could happen. And therefore I'm not getting the results that I'm after. And if I'm not happy with my progress, if I'm not happy with how my drawings are turning out, then I need to look at my process. I need to look at the how. How am I drawing? How am I structuring my time? Not just overall, but certainly overall, but also in quite specific areas. So it includes quite specific things about technique and making marks and different skill areas such as hatching or perspective. But it's not just the ink on paper events that create the drawing directly. It's all the organizing things that happen before that. It's all the choices about when I will draw, how long I will draw for, what I will draw. It's all the observation as well. It's how long I observe for, how quickly I start to draw. Do I do any warm up or not? All of these things are my process. They're the how I draw. as well as specific techniques that I might use. My drawing journey should be a constant one of stopping and asking myself, is my progress what I want it to be? And then asking myself, what is it about my process that isn't delivering what I want to get out of it? Because the danger is that we won't focus on these two areas adequately enough, if at all, and we just keep trying harder doing what we're doing, thinking that if we spend more time, more frequently, that we're going to get better results, that our drawing will improve. And it's not necessarily true, because having poor process will produce poor progress. And poor process over and over and over again will produce a lot of poor progress. It's not necessarily the effort that is the problem. I so often see drawings by the same person, often over years, where the same problems are in every drawing. It seems to me that they have just kept doing things the same, hoping that somehow things will change. And I think it's such a shame that no one could have nudged them in some way into a more helpful way of analysing what they've done and then working out a more helpful way to get to where they're wanting to go. But if I'm a self-taught artist, if I'm on a self-taught journey, then I have to do all this thinking, all this analysing, because I have to make all the choices. I choose what input I have. I choose if there's a book I follow. I choose if I watch videos. I choose what videos I watch. And then I choose how I use those videos. And that's all quite apart from my choices about drawing sessions and subjects and lengths of time and so forth. I have to be in control of my whole drawing experience. I need to draw, and then I need to analyze my progress. I need to work out, is it going where I want it to go? And if it's not, then I need to look at my process and make adjustments to try and get me where I want to go. And then I need to look at my progress again after that to see if the changes have taken me in some way, at least, where I'm trying to go. And if not, then I need to look at my process again and make some more changes. If it has taken me into some better directions, then I need to still look at my process again and look at how I do things, because now perhaps having seen some changes that were advantageous, that might point me in the right direction more quickly, more easily, to make more changes that will strengthen the improvements I've seen in my drawing. In other words, if I'm self-taught, I have to do all the jobs that the teacher does. I have to work out the curriculum. I have to work out the best level for this student, what level they should be starting at, what level work I'm going to give them. I have to mark their work, and I have to reassess my program on that basis. Improving in drawing is so much more than learning to draw straight lines that are longer and straighter. It's so much more than what we often think of as the technical skills. We have to come to terms with the process possibilities, which means we have to understand in some way the issues that face us when we draw, the issues that face us when we learn. We have to understand the options that are available, the ways we could change what we do and how we do it, so we can see the range of choices that we have. And then we have to see how the different choices can impact our drawing results. As we analyze our progress, how our drawings are improving or not, we can then align that with our process, with what we're doing, how we're doing it, and make the adjustments that we need to have better progress. And too often, too easily, we keep wandering down the track that we've started off on. And that may have been a reasonable track at the start. But if I look at my own drawing journey, I'm not trying to get to the same place now that I was trying to get to 5-6 years ago when I started, because I can see more than I saw then. I can see further ahead. I see more possibilities than I could see. And I've learnt more about the ways in which I can organize my drawing and the benefits of doing that. And I've been able to see which ones of those possibilities have really helped me. And they're the ones I still cling to, I still use. There are some that didn't make that much of a difference to me. But I'm able now to focus and also get directions to what possibly may be new areas of process that I could change according to what's helped me in the past. And the more I can analyze my progress and the more I can analyze my process, the more finely tuned I can become with knowing where I want to go and perhaps the best way to get there. And then the more wisely I can choose from whatever resources are available to me, whether they're books to choose from, perhaps whether there are some courses that I might pay to do, or whether in fact it's what YouTube videos are going to be most helpful for me to watch for where I want to end up with my drawing. They may not be the most entertaining, but if I've analyzed where I'm at and where I'm wanting to go, and then able to analyze the effectiveness of what I'm doing, that can help me to work out the best choices from what I have available. Because I don't want to end up watching a lot of YouTube videos, unaware of the fact that some of them might be very good and yet be totally contradictory in what they're having me do and where doing those things are going to take me. And there's nothing wrong with either. It's just that I can't go in both directions at the same time. I will end up becoming confused and probably a bit discouraged. But can I say, you need to have confidence that you can do this, that you can look at your work, that you can trust yourself to be honest and to work out where's it not working so well, and then to focus on that, and then to look at how you draw and see if you can't change the process to be able to focus more on the weak areas that analyzing your progress has highlighted for you. And in that way, fast track improvement from those weak areas into strong ones to see more and more red lights turn into green. G'day, I'm Stephen Travers. I hope this has been helpful. It's all too easy to get caught up in doing it and not always to stop and check about, is what I'm doing, is what I've been doing giving me the results I want, and is what I'm doing, is my process possibly the reason why I'm not getting the results I want. It's not always drawing more that improves our drawing. Sometimes it's drawing less, but still using that time to work out what I should be doing, to reassess where I'm trying to get to, and then work out the best way I can organize my drawing life to get there. But look, whatever you draw, however you draw it, however it's going, whatever changes you might or might not make sure you have fun. I'll see you next time. Bye.